Good morning, ma. Welcome to Alpha Online Education, Commerce Theory part for the first year English medium. And the topic today we are dealing with that is the joint Hindu family. Okay, let us see the meaning of joint Hindu family, what it is. Okay, joint Hindu family, that is abbreviated with JHF, joint Hindu family. Is a form is unique form of business organization. Unique means a single type. It is different. Okay, how all human beings are unique, in the same way this business organization is also unique. Unique ante similar ga undadu, vere danikanna similar ga undadu. How all human beings are different from each other. నా ఫేస్ ఉన్నట్టు మీ ఫేస్ ఉండదు, మీ ఫేస్ ఉన్నట్టు మళ్ళీ మీ ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళ ఫేసెస్ ఉండవు. సో వీ ఆల్ హ్యావ్ ద యూనిక్ క్యారెక్టర్స్. ఇన్ ద సేమ్ వే this business is also different from all other businesses. Okay, from all other businesses, this business is also a different business organization which is found in India only. This business organization is just found in India only. Why in India only means, let us see why it is only possible in India and it is not possible in other countries. Let us see. This form of organization is managed and controlled under the provision of Hindu Succession Act 1956. Okay, this business organization is managed and controlled. Okay, this business organization is managed and controlled under the provision, means under the act, under the law of Hindu Succession Act 1956. In this act, this organization has taken birth. Which organization? Joint Hindu family, means all family members together start one business. Okay, there will not allow other person to enter into the business. Only the family members, the last 3 generations or 2 generations will start this business. Only the family will be there. The members of those family only participate in the business. There are only the members of the business. Okay, that's why we are saying it as a joint Hindu family. This business is done by Hindu families according to the provision, that is Hindu Succession Act 1956. According to this act, only the joint Hindu families, only the Hindu families jointly do this business. Okay, this is the meaning of this business. Let us see the definition of this business. What's the definition? The business which continues from one generation to another generation. From one generation to another generation అంటే ఒక తరం నుండి ఇంకో తరం వరకు కంటిన్యూగా ఉండే వ్యాపారం. A business which continue from one generation to another generation means from your father to you, or from your grandfather to your father, and from your father to you. Okay, generations is known as joint Hindu family business. Grandfather to father, father to son, from son to son's son. Okay, in this way the business will be done in the joint Hindu family. The head of the family means, here the head of the family is grandfather. The head of the family is also the head of the business. Not only he is the head of the family, he is the head of the business also. The head of the family is the head of the business. He is known as Karta. He is known as Karta. He is the Karta. The head of the family, the head of the business is the Karta. And the members are known as the remaining family members, father, son and his son. These all are become as co-partners. They become as co-partners. Okay, they become as the co-partners. And the head of the family, head of the business is a Karta, and the members of those business are known as, the members means who will be the members? The members will be the family members. Okay, the members will be family members. Head of the family is Karta, and the remaining members of the family are become as the co-partners. Okay, there is no restrictions for the minor. There is no restrictions for minor to become the member. The minor can also become the member. There is no restrictions. Who is minor? Who has not completed the age of 18 years. Who is not completed the age of 18 years. He is the minor. So there is no restrictions on the minor. The minor can also become the member of the joint Hindu family because he is the member of that family. ఆ ఫ్యామిలీలో పుట్టిండు కాబట్టి he has the right. There is no restrictions on him. The liability of the karta is unlimited. Liability. Yes, the liability. Karta liability is unlimited, and the liability of co-partners, that is limited liability. The liability is limited for the co-partners, and the liability of the karta is unlimited. If there is a loss in the business, his personal property, the karta's personal property, is also taken to claim the losses of the business. But whatever the property of the co-partners, means that the members of the joint Hindu family, their property is not taken into consideration. Okay, up to certain limit only there will pay the due. After that, whatever the due amount is there, that have to pay by the karta. After paying the karta also, there is a certain amount is due at that time, that should be paid by the karta only. So the liability of the karta is unlimited. The liability of the co-partners is limited. So let us see the futures of the joint Hindu family. We have 8 futures. So first future, formation. How this joint Hindu family is formed. Let us see. At least 2 members of the family having some ancestral property. Ancestral property ante పూర్వీకుల ఆస్తులు. ఓకే, పూర్వీకుల ఆస్తులు, వాళ్ళ తాతలు ముత్తాతలు సంపాదించి పెట్టిన ఆస్తి అనేది అట్లీస్ట్ 2 మెంబర్స్కైనా ఉండాలి. ఆ ఫ్యామిలీకి చెందిన వాళ్ళ దగ్గర అట్లీస్ట్ 2 మెంబర్స్ దగ్గర అలా సంపాదించి పెట్టిన ఆస్తి అనేది ఉండాలి. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ క్రియేటెడ్ బై అన్ అగ్రిమెంట్. దీస్ బిజినెస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ క్రియేటెడ్ బై ద అగ్రిమెంట్. ఓకే, దిస్ బిజినెస్ ఈజ్ క్రియేటెడ్ బై ద లా. దట్ లా ఈజ్ Hindu Succession Act 1956. According to that, this business is created. This business is not created by an agreement. Just like in companies, they make an agreement and they start the business. Joint Hindu family is not like that. It is started by the law, that is Hindu Succession Act 1956, governed by the Hindu law. That is only. Yes, the management and the control of the joint Hindu family business is done according to the Hindu Succession Act 1956. The management, whatever the management activities are there, whatever the controlling activities are there, that is done according to the law, that is Hindu Succession Act 1956. This business is not started with the help of any kind of agreement. It is started with the law. That law is Hindu Succession Act 1956. The minor can also become the member. There is no restrictions at all. Okay, next, membership. Who can become the member of this business? Let us see. The members of the family can be acquired only by the birth. Acquired means they can become the member of the JHF, joint Hindu family. They can become the member of joint Hindu family by the birth itself. Okay, if you take birth in that family, from the birth onwards, you are the member of that organization. You are the member of that business organization. Okay, unlike the other businesses, outsiders are not allowed to become the co-partners in the joint Hindu family business. In this business, the outsiders like you, like me, we are not పర్మిటెడ్ టు జాయిన్ దిస్ బిజినెస్. మనం ఈ బిజినెస్లో వెళ్ళలేం, ఎందుకంటే ఓన్లీ ఆ ఫ్యామిలీకి చెందిన వాళ్ళు మాత్రమే ఉండాలి, అదర్స్ ఉండొద్దు. ఓన్లీ ద మెంబర్స్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఫ్యామిలీ ఓన్లీ హ్యావ్ టు పార్టిసిపేట్. దేర్ ఆర్ ఓన్లీ ద మెంబర్. The head of the family, he become as a karta. Okay, the head of the family become as a karta, and the members of that family will become as a koparsiners. Okay, they become as a koparsiners. Are not able to become the member, become the koparsinner. Yes, in joint Hindu family business they can't become koparsiners in the joint Hindu family business. However, by the adoption, if these families adopting a child, okay, if this family is adopting a child from the outside, if they are adopting a child, the child can become the member of the joint Hindu family. వారెవరైనా దత్తకి తీసుకున్నారనుకోండి, అతను దత్తకి తీసుకున్న వెంటనే అతను కూడా he can become as a member of admitted means అతన్ని కూడా ఇన్వాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటారు. దత్తకు తీసుకున్న పిల్లలు ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారనుకోండి, అతను ఏ వయసులో దత్తకు తీసుకుంటాడో ఆ రోజు నుంచి అతను జాయింట్ హిందూ ఫ్యామిలీకి ఫ్యామిలీలో he become as the co-partner, he become the member of that family. Marriage with the male member also confers membership. If you are marrying with the male member, ఈ ఫ్యామిలీకి సంబంధించిన అబ్బాయిని ఇన్ కేస్ మీరు మ్యారేజ్ చేసుకున్నా, యూ కెన్ బికమ్ ద మెంబర్. మ్యారేజ్ విత్ ద మ్యారేజ్ ఆల్సో యూ కెన్ బికమ్ ద మెంబర్. ఓకే, యూ విల్ గెట్ ద మెంబర్షిప్ విత్ ద మ్యారేజ్ ఆల్సో. వన్ థింగ్, అవుట్ సైడర్స్ మెంబర్స్ అవ్వాలంటే 2 సోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఒకటి బై అడాప్షన్, అడాప్ట్ చేసుకోవడం, అవుట్ సైడర్ని వాళ్ళు అడాప్ట్ చేసుకుంటే మెంబర్ కావచ్చు. రెండోది బై ద మ్యారేజ్, ఆ ఫ్యామిలీకి సంబంధించిన అబ్బాయిని పెళ్లి చేసుకున్నా మీరు who want to become the member, they will become as the member. Marriage with the male member ni marriage చేసుకుంటే also confirms the member. In this way you can become the member. Okay, by birth, by adoption, by marriage, you can become the member of the joint Hindu family. Okay, these are the 3 features of the joint Hindu family. The head of the family is the karta, and the other members are the co-partners. Fourth one is management. The joint Hindu family business is managed by the senior members of the family. So this business is managed by the senior member of the family, that is no other, that is the karta. He is the senior member of the family. He will manage the business. Whatever the business activities, operations are there, that is totally managed by the senior member of the business or senior member of the family, that is karta. He is a manager. He will manage each and everything regarding the business. Other members do not have the right to participate. Other members do not have the right to participate as the members. They can't participate as the members. They can participate as the members of the business. Okay, but they can't participate as the members of the management. They can't become the members of the management. Only one person will be managed, just like in sole trading business how we have the sole proprietor. Here also only one person will be managed, that is the karta. He is the senior person. So have the right to participate the management. No one can question the karta. No one can raise any kind of question against to the karta, and the karta only deal with the third parties. If any third party is there, the first party is the karta, second party co-partners, third party means any external person or any external person or any individual with that party, the karta only talk and he only make the agreements or whatever regarding with the third party. He will only consult with the third party. The co-partner will not consult with the third party. Next, profit sharing. So all the co-partners, all the co-partners have the equal share in the profit. Whatever the profit of the business, all the co-partners have the equal share. All of them get the equal share. What's the share is there? In that share, they will get whatever the profit. For example, there is a profit of 2 lakhs rupees. In those 2 lakhs rupees, all the co-partners will share equally. They share the profit. Okay. Next, liability. We know the liability of the karta is unlimited. The liability of the co-partners is limited. Okay. What do you mean by unlimited? Means the personal property can also be utilized to meet the business liability. వ్యాపారంలో ఉన్న అప్పులని డ్యూస్ని క్లియర్ చేయడానికి కర్త యొక్క పర్సనల్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో దాన్ని కూడా యూజ్ చేసేసుకుంటారు. ఒకవేళ అతను పే చేసిన అమౌంట్ సరిపోలేదనుకోండి, అతని పర్సనల్ ప్రాపర్టీని కూడా మొత్తం యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో ద liability is unlimited liability. His personal property is also used in the business. Co-partners have limited liability. They don't have unlimited liability. Co-partners personal property ki elanti damage jaragadu. But karta, he is the head of the business. He is the senior member of the business. He is the manager. He is everything for the business. So he have to bear the if there is a loss, then he has to bear that unlimited liability also. His personal property will be lost. If there is unlimited liability, there is a huge loss, then his personal property is also taken to meet the business liability. Means to meet the business losses. Okay, to meet the business losses, his personal property is also taken. This is according to the what kind of law? Hindu Succession Act 1956. According to that. Next one, continuity. If there is a death of any co-partner or if there is a death of the karta, the business is not dissolved. Dissolved ante entidi? What is the meaning of dissolved? Dissolved ante business wind up cheyaru. Wind up ante entidi? Close cheyadam. The business is not going to wind up with the death of a co-partner or the death of the karta. If there is a death of the karta, at that time the elder co-partner, who is the elder co-partner, who is the elder member of that business, will become the karta. ఒకవేళ కర్త చనిపోతే ఎల్డెస్ట్ co-partner ఎవరు ఉంటారో he will become as the member as a karta, and he will manage the business. If they want to dissolve the business, if they all want to dissolve joint Hindu family business, then they have to make a mutual agreement. అందరు అంగీకరించాలి, లేదా they have to partition suit in the court. They have to go to the court for the dissolving of the joint Hindu family business, because it is formed by the law, that is Hindu Succession Act 1956. So the dissolve is also be done with the court or with the mutual agreement between the members. Okay, if the karta die, then who will come in the place of karta? Eldest means elder one. Elder co-partner take the position of the karta. The elder co-partner will take the position of the karta. Next, accounts. The accounts are maintained by the karta. The karta will maintain the accounts. He not only managing the business, he is not only a manager, he will act as an accountant also. Karta is not accountable to any member. Means he is no need to answer to any member or no need to show any records, any business accounting records. He no need to show any accounting records to anyone. There is no need for him to show any kind of accounting record to anyone. And no member is supported to ask what are the profit and losses of the business. No member is supported. No member has the right to ask the karta what is the profit, what is the loss of the business. No one has that right. If there is a profit, then you have to share that profit equally. All the co-partners have to share the profit equally. If there is a loss, he will bear that loss. He will bear that loss. He is ready to bear that loss by unlimited liability. The co-partners has very limited liability, right? Then why they have to think about the accounts? అవసరమా వాళ్ళకి కోపార్ట్నర్స్కి అవసరం లేదు. ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ లాస్, కర్త ఏమంటుండో లాస్ వస్తే నేను బేర్ చేస్తాను, ఐ విల్ గివ్ మై పర్సనల్ ప్రాపర్టీ. ఓకే, సో నో వన్ హ్యాస్ ఎ రైట్ టు క్వశ్చన్ ద కర్త రిగార్డింగ్ ద అకౌంట్స్, regarding the profit or regarding the loss, and no one has a right to make any kind of agreement with the third party. The karta only deal with the third party. He is the senior member of the family and he is the manager, he is an accountant, he is the everything for the business. If the karta die, in that case the eldest co-partner will come and join as a karta. He will manage the business in the same way. The remaining members will be the co-partner and the eldest co-partner will become the karta. These are the futures of the joint Hindu family. These are the futures of joint Hindu family. So in the next session we are going to learn about the advantages of the joint Hindu family. So do practice, read the questions, don't waste the time.